In this video, we are looking at the whole lineup, all of the IEMs Kefine has. Okay, they do not have many IEMs, as you guys can see. They only have two IEMs, so that is okay for a new brand. I believe that is perfectly fine. They have two good quality IEMs. The first one, as we all know, is the Klanar IEM. This one has a 14.5 mm planar driver with an resistance of just 16 ohm, which is very manageable for a planar based IEM. And they very recently launched their single DLC DD based IEM, the Kefine Delci. Now this one is housing a 10 mm dynamic driver and has a bit of resistance of 28 ohm, I think. Let me check. I think it is 28 ohm. Yeah, 28 ohm. So it is decent. I do not have any issues with both of these IEM when it comes to drivability. They are fairly easy to drive. They aren't very demanding or anything like that. Even though this one is a planar based IEM, this too is fairly good when it comes to drivability and kind of stuff. So before we go into the sound quality, let's have a look at the differences first. When it comes to build quality, I initially thought that both look very similar, but let me take out one earpieces from each and we will see the differences a bit. So not the exactly same earpiece for sure, but it will do the job, I think. If we look at this, come on, focus. So yeah, if we look at this one is slightly more curvy. You guys can see the Klanar is slightly more curvier, while this one is slightly more uh, fuller. Both are comfortable inside the ear, so no issues there at all. But the DDIM is slightly thicker, I think. No, not really. Slightly longer with the nozzle. Maybe let's check if the nozzle is longer. No, even the nozzle is not long. So basically very similar kind of body, but with a slightly different kind of design here. So both are decent when it comes to comfort and stuff, but uh, they could have been slightly more comfortable inside the ear. In any case, both are decent. No complaints about that. And if we look at the cables, even they are very similar. You guys can see this one has a gray connectors here. On the cable we have gray connectors, gray colored 3.5 mm jack, while this one has black parts with it. So very similar kind of cable. You guys can see they look nearly exactly same. So you can imagine there is barely any difference when it comes to that, and slight bit of difference when it comes to the two pin connector. Slight bit of difference. This one is uh, cylindrical, and this one is slightly different when it comes to that. In any case, both are very similar when it comes to build and kind of stuff. And if we start talking about the sound quality, there are a couple of basic differences between these two IEMs. While the Klanar is a bit on the smoother side, it it can at times feel like it is being overly smoother. Okay, it can at times feel that the 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 energy with instruments we get with the upper mid lower treble could have been a bit on the higher side, but that is not the case with this. This is fairly opposite of the Klanar is a bit more calmer, a bit more smoother, while the Delci is fairly transparent. Okay, This one is trying to be transparent, and the planar is trying to be not trying. It is fairly on the smoother side. It's not like the planar is lacking details or resolution or anything like that, but it is a bit on the smoother side, especially as I said, in the upper mid and lower treble region. It kind of feels a bit on the smoother, a bit more forgiving, while this one is uh, taller with the nodes there, and the transparency, the energy at the finishing region a bit on the higher side, so it can feel slightly uncomfortable at that region. And if we talk about the base, this one is deeper. It's kind of odd saying that, but this planar based IEM has a deeper sub-bass reach. It is slightly more rumblier too, while the Delci has a bit more body. Okay, the body, the uh, area of impact is bigger with this one, but the depth is not that great. Okay, sub-bass extension isn't the best, but it is good. It is above average for the extension, but the body and stuff, the layering, layered delivery, and texture are decent. Decent. It is even slightly more tighter too, so that is a bit of a good thing too. And if we move on to the mid range here, I find the Delci to be a bit more aggressive, a bit more forward, while this one is calmer, more I will say analogish, maybe, but this one is more accurate and precise. It tries to be a bit more detailed, a bit more cleaner, clearer, and that is a good thing. I do not find any faults with both the tunings. This one is not for everyone, so is this. Both are for different set of users. So pick whichever you like. Okay. Extension, upper treble extension is very similar. Both kind of roll off in the upper treble region, but the treble energy is better here. It has more air between instruments, and layering and separation is slightly better with this one too. This one is not lacking with layering and separation, but since this one is slightly on the smoother side, slightly more fuller, slightly more thicker side when it comes to the nodes there, it can at times feel slightly less detailed there, but that is perfectly fine, no issues there. So pick any. And if we talk about the stage, I somehow feel that this one is slightly taller and this one is slightly wider. So same again, you have to pick which is closer to your preference. None of these are better than the other, but this one is a bit more expensive, and it does show that with the bass and the rumble. It has the extra bit of definition with the bass too, and that is justifiable, while this one is excellent at just $60. They said they will announce it at 75 and we'll sell it at 60. So the selling price of Delci is exceptionally good, while this one at 95, I think $95 is a decent option. I will recommend this one if you can handle some energy, but if you cannot handle energy, go for this one. Perfectly fine, no issues. So this is my comparison of Delci and Klanar from Kefine. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Enjoy.